Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka JamesKisau and MTGO, coming back for another donation league. And we're playing Pauper today, which is super exciting. This comes from Patreon subscriber Scopy, previous member of the Mind Sculptor tier. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. Couldn't do it without all of y'all, and especially Scopy. And they wanted me to play some Pauper Poison Storm. This is by far the hardest deck I've yet featured on the channel. Doomsday is probably more complex mechanically, but this one has tested my resource management and sequencing in ways I didn't think were possible. But that's pretty normal for Pauper. You're working with less powerful cards since only commons are legal in the format, so you really have to stretch what you have to their absolute limit, I would say, since even though the format is only made up of commons, it's still an incredibly powerful format. So we really have to do our best to make the most of our resources. And speaking of which, this deck is called a storm deck because it plays a lot like a storm deck, but really the only card with the storm keyword is Weather the Storm, and that's not even really part of the main plan. The main idea of this deck is that we're first going to introduce poison to our opponent via Prologue to Phyresis or Infectious Inquiry, which is a 2 black sorcery. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, and then each opponent gets a poison counter. Prologue to Phyresis, similar thing. Each opponent gets a poison counter, draw a card. And then from there, you use the Proliferate keyword to continually give your opponent more poison until they get to 10, and then you win. Now, Proliferate is a super powerful keyword because you pick any number of players or permanents with counters already on them and put an additional one on there. So that works really well with the depletion lands from Mercadian Masks, which enter tapped with 2 depletion counters on it. Then you tap, get a couple mana of whatever color the depletion land is of. Sometimes these show up in Legacy and like Mississippi River is the most common one, but Sappers and Scary also shows up in super jam style wheel decks with like Narset and Hull Breacher. It's really the closest thing you can get to blue ramp, it feels like, outside of like Deathrite Shaman, of course. Anyways, another permanent that does super well with Proliferate is Pentad Prism. If you ever played Vintage Cube, you probably know this card, or maybe Modern Ad Nauseum, back when that deck was played more often. 2 with Sunburst, and then it enters with a charge counter for each color you spent on it. That should always be 2 in this deck, because if this is entering with 1 charge counter, if you don't have a Proliferate effect ready to go, a Pentad Prism with no counters on it cannot be proliferated onto and is therefore kind of dead. But in the ideal world, when this deck is going off, what it kind of looks like is you have at least 2 Pentad Prisms. Each spell you're casting with Proliferate is netting you mana, or at least keeping you even, and that happens when you have 2 Pentad Prisms for Experimental Augury, Contentious Play, and stuff like that. But you have even more. Thirsting Roots can be like a Dark Ritual, kind of. It can be like a Manamorphose. It's when this deck is running hot, it looks pretty sick. And to ensure you don't run out of gas, there's these big draw 3s at the top end, like Vivisurgeon's Insight, draw 3 and Proliferate, Luring Revealed. Focus the Mind is pretty interesting. That's a newer card from Dragonstorm, and it costs 2 less if you've cast another spell this turn. These are all draw 3s. Focus the Mind, you discard 1 afterwards, but you usually have like a land or something that you don't mind pitching, even when you're going off, because a lot of the lands enter tapped in this deck. And then previously mentioned Weather the Storm, the only card with Storm, is just a way to make sure you don't lose while you're completing this arduous process of completion. Phyrexian Completion. And I've played this card before in Modern before, when Burn was really big. It was just a fine spell to have against a lot of decks. Super powerful. And since we're playing so many colors, Manamorphose is a really good way to keep that storm theme going and fix your mana. Now, the one thing I haven't really learned how to do in this deck yet, and I've played quite a few practice games because I couldn't really wrap my head around it. I still haven't really wrapped my head around it, so the game should be pretty interesting, is sideboarding. I'm not very good at sideboarding. I don't know much about the Pauper meta. I don't play a ton of Pauper, so I'm really just going to be relying on my fundamentals here for the most part to sideboard. A lot of them are pretty self-explanatory though, like Pyroblast. You can probably bring that in against blue decks. Breath Weapon is kind of a Pyroclasm, deals 2 damage to each non-dragon creature. Pretty sweet. Tangle is a fog that keeps the opponent's creatures tapped, super powerful. Serene Heart is kind of like a Tranquility, but it's only for auras. Dispel and Bring the Ending are counter spells. Snap, I'm not sure why there's a snap in the sideboard, but snap is super useful when you have lands that tap for 2. If you return an opponent's creature to their hands and untap 2 depletion lands, that nets you 2 mana overall. It's quite good. And then Unwind does the same thing. It's kind of like Rewind, if you remember that card from Urza's Saga. Although Rewind is counter any spell, this is just counter target non-creature spell, and then you untap 3 lands. And then Out Cold is cool too. Tap 2 target creatures, put stun counters on them, and then you investigate. And usually you'll have some spare mana. I've found that at the end of my turn, I'll have maybe like 1 or 2 mana left over since depletion lands will add 2 every time. And you don't always have things to spend the mana on. Man, I prepared a lot to do this deck tech, and I still feel like I'm making a complete mess of it. But I feel like when we jump into the games, it's all gonna kind of make sense. Like I said, this is easily the most complicated deck I've shown on the channel yet, and I love it. It's so much fun to play, but it is not what I'm good at when it comes to Magic. Oh yeah, the other card I wanted to point out was Teach by Example. Hybrid blue or red. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. Super cool to copy one of your big draw 3s. And to tie it all together, since you need to resolve one of these initial poisoning effects, there's no creatures within effect or anything like that, Merchant Scroll can help your consistency quite a bit in this deck. Yeah, that's about it. I know there's a lot more we can say about this deck, but like I said, I'm still wrapping my head around it myself. If you want to submit your own donation league, check out the Patreon. I'd really appreciate the support. If you can't do that, liking, commenting, subscribing goes a long way. Working towards 2,000 subs right now. And yeah, this is Poison Storm in Pauper. Let's get going. Everyone, hello and welcome to round number 1. And this is a pretty good hand, I am led to believe, after my hours of prep for this league, since, like I said during the deck tech, it is definitely the hardest deck I've featured on the channel so far. But all these resources makes me feel like this is indeed a good hand. Now, you may not see an initial poisoning effect in this hand, but that's what the Merchant Scroll is for. And yeah, we'll lead on. The Saprosin Scary. Next turn we'll likely play Hickory Woodlot. And then I think we just pass again. And then finally on turn 3, I think I go Merchant Scroll for Prologue to Phyresis. Okay, the opponent has an Eldrazi Repurposer, or El-Purposer. So we don't have Forever. Fortunately, we do have Weather the Storm. But if they're able to go in on like a Writhing Chrysalis, that would be quite strong. There's even an argument for casting Augury on the end step, but I think I do want to get the maximum value out of my spells here. Wait, is that true though? Because if I do that, then... Because Prologue to Phyresis does not proliferate, which means... Well, I could just play a Scary as my land for turn. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. What would be best if I just top deck Prologue or a Infectious Inquiry. That would be best. And this is the mana cost for Writhing Chrysalis, but they're going to play another Utopia Sprawl instead, which is good because they've already tapped that forest. Not that they could have done it any other way. They have another El-Purposer. So the clock is ticking, but that's exactly what Weather the Storm is for. And yeah, we're hoping to draw something that poisons the opponent, but we'll see here. That does not cut it, bro. Alright, so Merchante. Prologue to Phyresis. Cast it. Another Weather the Storm. That's pretty good. I think I'm still playing Saprosin Scary here, because I need to Augury before I cast Thirsting Roots. Or Monomorphos more likely, honestly. Take a lot of damage next turn, but hopefully we'll just start going off turn 5. We'll see. So I got 6 mana, 7 more like, so I'm definitely going to play this Swamp, I'm pretty sure. They're going to take the initiative? Oh, shit. This card is legacy playable, I would say, because it takes the initiative. 4 and a green, it's kind of expensive, but I mean... Undermountain Adventure, certainly at a legacy power level, and that's only 1 less mana. We will not be taking the initiative from our opponent. This is a lot of damage. I might want to do both Weather the Storms. So that's 4, 5, 7. I'm already looking at 7 mana. I need like some crazy Pentad Prism shenanigans to cast both Weather the Storms, but I think 1 will do. Vivisurgence inside is sweet. Okay. I think the first thing I do is Experimental Augury, since that might find me a Pentad Prism, and then Thirsting Roots can help. But yeah, Manamorphose is probably going to be part of this as well. Vivisurgence Insight will likely be for next turn, so let's start with this. Contentious Plan will keep the train rolling, but do I just need Weather the Storm? Probably. I feel like each one of these is another turn guaranteed, so... Sure. And put Peat Bog on the very bottom. Proliferate. Gotta remember to not accidentally miss your proliferation. So what am I actually trying to do this turn? Definitely Manamorphose. I could just Manamorphose and double Weather the Storm, right? That would be wasting 1 mana. But I could just play Sandstone Needles in that case and have a bigger turn next turn. I could also just see what I draw. I think I'm making green with this Manamorphose. It is a Kirby situation, greens. Sappers Scary. Yeah, I'll play that out. Will I? I think so. Or I could play the Swamp, Thirsting Roots, double Weather the Storm. That would start me off next turn with, frankly, probably not enough mana. But also, I'd lose my Hickory Woodlot. Yeah, I don't think that's acceptable. So I'm going to do what I said. Cast Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. And then Weather the Storm twice. And that should keep me alive for a turn or two. At the cost of maybe not having as much mana as I should at the start of next turn. And they're only at 3 poison. It's not great. I really need this Vivisurgence Insight to deliver, in fact. Malevolent Rumble. A lot of good choices here. And they choose Nyxborn Hydra. I suppose that's the way to most immediately convert your mana into damage. I think they're shooting to end this in 1 or 2 turns. And yeah, they're investing in another Avenging Hunter instead of going nuts with a Nyxborn Hydra. Augury. I probably need to do that. I need more Storm rather than just Rock Hard Advantage, because I don't really have going off mana. You'll know that when you see it. And I honestly think I play the Scary. Like the red cards, there aren't that many. It's like Monomorphos and some sideboard stuff. That being said, if I need my green mana for other things, I found though that just having the most blue possible is important. Focus the mind. I think we're taking that. Because at minimum, or I could take Merchant Scroll. No, it doesn't make sense. Definitely don't want to proliferate onto that Eldrazi. Could be the difference between life and death. Alright, so we're going to leave blue-green in the pool here. Cast Focus. Snap is very good. Discard Sandstone Needle. And then cast Snap on... It's scary to bounce from the Avenging Hunters, isn't it? Because then they go straight to Throne of the Dead 3. I don't think that'll have anything that can immediately get me die, though, right? I shouldn't speak too soon. I'm gonna do it. And then untap blue-green. Just build and storm. I could go teach by example, weather the storm. That seems kind of bad. I guess just thirsting roots, weather the storm is the move here. Then hopefully we just have so much mana next turn. We can hopefully win. I don't know. We're at 35. Let's see if they can deal all that damage. I hope not. Don't hurt me. Because if they're going into Throne of the Dead 3, it's like they're not putting all that mana into Nyxborn Hydra. Yeah, I don't see shit here. Excuse me. Just another Avenging Hunter, yeah. They will win next turn. The real question is, will I win next turn? I hope so. We have a lot of mana. 9 to be exact. Merchante. Yeah, I think we get an augury with that. And then teach by example. Probably don't use the black though. It's hard to say. I'd have a lot more faith if I had a Pentad Prism. I think that'll likely be our downfall here. You could also Vivisurgent Insight. Try and hit like Prism, Thirsting Roots, I guess it would have to be. Seems kind of insane. I think it makes more sense to try and find the last Weather the Storm via Teach by Example and, you know. This line might not be right though, so let me know what you would do in the comments. There's also Snap. Is Snap anywhere good enough? Doesn't make sense though. Getting Snap off Merchant Scroll is like mana neutral. Right? I spent 2 mana to get net 2 mana. Yeah. There's also Focus the Mind. But I feel like I need to be pushing my plan forward too. Just doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking good. Man, it sure is different when you don't have Pentad Prism. Do I just take the Pentad Prism or do I take Contentious Plan and hope to... Well, yeah, I'm about to run out of mana, so I need to take Pentad Prism no matter what. Not even really sure what the plan is here, actually. Yeah, we just lose. God damn it. Take Tangle. And I think that's about it. This should be a good matchup. We were so close. We just needed a little more time. Just a little more time. And mostly Pentad Prism. That's mostly what we needed. Maybe just one Tangle. And we'll trim one of the snaps here. I kind of like snap. How about one contentious plan? All right. A contentious hand, but if I just hit any land, we're like chillin'. Certified. Opponent taking a mulligan. Wait a minute. Actually, this hand, it might be really bad, right? No, too late for that. No, I think it's fine. It definitely has like a lot of refuel potential, but I do need to hit a land. That is the one and only thing on my Christmas list, a land. All right, your turn. Forced go from the opponent. Shit. All right, well, play this. Uh-oh. God damn it. So they probably don't want summon Fat Chocobo, since I can hasten its demise with my incessant proliferating. What's Jewel Thief? Oh, that's pretty cool. Not sure what they want here. Maybe just Wild Growth? Shit. Alright, I'm playing the Augury. Alright. This just might work out. I've never taken things this crazy before. There's the Wild Growth they picked up. And there's Jewel Thief. It's a real clock. It's got 3 power. Truly not nothing. Merchante. Alright, we're starting with Manamorphose, of course. Making blue-green. Nice. Play Scary. And then probably just Contentious Plan pass. Not a bad turn. Ooh, snap. It's a lot of mana next turn. I'm a little reticent to cast Infectious Inquiry since it loses me 2 life, but that draw 2 cards, very difficult to pass up. Straight up impossible to pass up, I'll say. The freak? What's this? Avenging Hunter. Okay. Facing some real ass now. I mean, power now. Maybe I bounce that. Definitely don't want to bounce. Well, I mean, bouncing Jewel Thief wouldn't be like entirely insane. It's just a treasure token, and they're clearly not gated by mana. But the 5 damage I would take from Avenging Hunter, yeah, it doesn't seem as bad as like the trap. Trap's gonna happen no matter what. Can't stop the trap. Augury, that's good. You know what we're starting with though? a little snap. Just a little snap. What? Is Veil of Summer in this format? No, but Vines of Vastwood is. Shit. That's terrible. Ah, crap. I guess I just augury and pass and hopefully not die. I had big plans for this turn. I could also use Manamorphose, though. See if I hit on that. I mean, am I in danger of losing? 8 plus 5, 13, Forge, 15. It's only a 2 damage grace period we're looking at here. They have another Vines, I'm toast. When did life become so hard? Yeah, I guess I'm just rolling for Weather the Storm here. No luck. That Pentad Prism is cool and all. Yeah, we're just playing Augury here. Take the land. Any order. Oh, I guess since the bounce failed, so I'm actually not getting hit with the trap next turn unless they play another Avenging Hunter, which will hopefully use all their mana and mean that they're not gonna like get a pump spell in. Forge on Jewel Thief, distributing their power. Seems good to me. Three cards in hand. And certainly enough mana if they have Nyxborn Hydra to just end it. Utopia Sprawl, it's mana neutral. Still might die. Or lose, excuse me. I'd like to think I'm smarter. I'm smart enough to not fall into a trap, but okay. You can see it coming from literally 3 rooms away. Yep. How am I surviving this? Oh, because it's green. I thought it was just 1. Well, thank goodness for that. Oh, I was going to say that's like our best draw, right? Well, see if we can go off. I'm a big fan of going off. Double Prism. Cast Thirsting Roots. That nets 1 mana. Boom, boom, boom. Then what? Merchant Scroll for Experimental Augury. And hopefully just chain auguries until I win. Doesn't seem incredibly likely, I'll say. I think it's definitely the best option, though. There's another one. Or do I just take Weather the Storm? Would that actually buy me another turn? I think so, right? That would be Storm of 6, 18 life. I'd be back at 20. No, I think I'd still lose. I need more Storm. That's funny. I guess if I come all the way back around, though, I'd want that a little closer to the top of the deck. Alright, now I think it's over, unfortunately. Take Thirsting Roots. I guess I could cast Infectious Inquiry. It wouldn't kill me. It would not kill me. And if I hit some roots and stuff like that, it might work out. I mean, I'm definitely taking that. It's not going to be 3 more turns in this game. Proliferate. They're at 8 poison. You know, this actually seems a little more likely than I realized. Oh god. Is it going to be a tie? Oh, wait, no. I just win. Close one. And I'm not rude enough to proliferate onto their other things, because I'm almost out of clock. Oh man, that was sick. That's the power of 2 prisms. But I can't just like mulligan until there's nothing, you know? Jesus. Can't just mulligan to Pentad Prism. But Tangle does seem kind of important. Does it though? Like I could buy an extra turn or I can just win. Resubmit. None of their creatures are really small enough for Breath Weapon to be reliable. Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. There's not a second color for Pentad Prism yet. Let's not think about it too much. Opponent's down to 5, that's good. Less cards just means less damage. More survival. Whoever said this deck is as easy as counting to 10 was kind of wrong. Oh, that's a good start for them. They had the Arbor Elf on a mold of 5. Send it back. I feel like basic land is one of our best draws here, as long as it's not the other island. Especially if it's not the other island. Oh my god. Do they have a 2-drop? Yeah. And I'm guessing they'll take the Jewel Thief, right? I wonder, was I supposed to bring in Serene Heart? Is this the deck with Serene Heart in mind? They have a lot of auras. It just doesn't seem good enough when the cards I actually care about are not auras. Ah, beautiful draw. Oh, beautiful draw. Alright, I think this turn I Merchante. Get Prologue. Pass it back. And then next turn I Prologue Thirsting Roots, or Prologue Prism Thirsting Roots. Does that work? I might not have enough mana. I don't want to lose the Scary. Yeah, it's pretty good. I just don't know if I can afford to not get a poison counter out of all my spells, you know? Hope they don't have Red Blast. Maybe it wouldn't be the end of the world if they did, though. Okay, that just happened. Yeah, I think I can afford to set up one more turn, right? Proliferate. And I could Augury right now. Or I could do it on their end step. Maybe if they do have Red Blast, they would interact with that. I don't know. I hope that was the right sequence. I just didn't want to lose one of the lands. Maybe Pentad Prism is just better than a land. They're in the Forge. What are they leaving their mana up for? Very concerning. Like they could have dumped onto this creature with the Nyxborn Hydra. They're going in on something. Another Avenging Hunter. Alright, that'll put them in the trap. Putting me to 8 life. Facing a lot of damage. Cast Experimental Augury. Do I just need to take Thirsting Roots? Likely so. Proliferate. Alright. Well, definitely start with this Pentad Prism. And then cast Thirsting Roots. I don't want to play the Scary yet, so I don't think the game will last that long. And then cast Focus the Mind. Discarding... Oh crap, I think I just lost. Infectious Inquiry. Yeah, man, I screwed this up somehow, didn't I? Just not enough mana. Or I could just blame it on the draw 3 missing. Yeah, let's do that. Oh man, I think even hitting Weather the Storm will not be enough at this point. Yeah. Good games. That was wild. Starting out 0-1, or yeah, 0-1, and hopefully I'm illustrating how difficult this deck is, and hopefully I'm not playing it like a complete fool. Welcome back for round 2. This hand seems quite good, right? Perilous Landscape makes me feel like this is exactly the kind of matchup we're looking for, something a little slower. So we're likely not acting until like turn 3. I'll cast a Pentad Prism and I guess a Thirsting Roots. Augur of Bolas. I prefer my Augury to be experimental. Oh, they have a Brainstorm now? I could also just cast Experimental Augury on the end step. I probably should do that, even though it won't net any poison. Brainstorm. Crazy how that card's legal in this format. It's very cool. Volatile Fjord. Yeah, Snap seems pretty good here, because I feel like mana is the gate. We have a lot of refuel here. And then these are both draw 3s. Don't think it matters what order they go in there. That was not such a bad draw. It gives up on a little bit of mana. So let's play this Prism. Play the island, make a black, cast Inquiry holding up green. Okay, now cast Thirsting Roots and probably just pass. And we'll be starting next turn. Not in danger of losing any of our permanents. Because a Pentad Prism without any counters on it may as well just be like gone. You cannot proliferate onto that which has no counters. A second Augur of Bolas. It does feel kind of weird to snap on Augur of Bolas, I will say, because it's card advantage, but as we can see, like, a lot of their cards are dead against us. Morphos, that's good. Alright, let's start with a snap. The freak? Scred. Scred? They're gonna scred their own creature? Diabolical. Alright. Traded 1 for 1 on that, I guess. Cast Contentious Plan. Proliferate. Do it again, I guess. Peat Bog. Yeah, things came in kind of the wrong order, huh? Yeah, I think I'll just pass. No real point in using Pentad Prism counters here. Gonna start worrying about like counterspell as well. But our mana stores are getting quite healthy. Ephemerate, well, that's pretty good. Cleansing Wildfire. If they turn that on me, it's really not that bad. And they do. Get the swamp, I think, right? Yeah. Marginally better. Alright. So what? I think I'm just scrolling for Experimental Augury. Go like that. Counterspell, sure. Any reason for Manamorphose right now? I think no. And there's even some question whether it's even right to Island Cycle at the end of turn. Because I feel like I'll need these draw threes to get over the line. Fight through all that card advantage. Augur misses. Archaeomancer. For what? Wildfire? I'm definitely not island cycling now. Controlling the mana does seem... I still could. Could just get the mountain this time. What if I want to leave my lands in the deck, though? Sure. Now they're tapped out. Ooh, that's good. Alright, second Prism. Do that. Cast Manamorphose, I think. Make blue and black, I think. Yeah. Do I even cast Prologue? No, I think I cast Lorien Revealed here. Nice. That's a lot of mana. Let's give up on a land drop and just proliferate onto the Peat Bog. Okay, maybe it's not a lot of mana, but it's some mana. Each one will net 1 mana. And now probably just what, Manamorphose? Make green blue. Oh, that's a bad draw. Alright, cast Prologue. And we fizzle. Not good. Uh-oh. No! I wanted that. Now they're dealing 2 a turn, which is just insane. Thanks for showing up. Alright. Play that. Come on! Alright, now we're completely stalled out. They're not really clocking that hard. They're at 7 poison. But what if they just counter everything? They gave up trying to wildfire my lands. Okay, they're tapped out. All I need to draw is like a... If I can hit a draw 3 here, that'd be pretty wild. Contentious plan, I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, I'll do it while they're tapped out, but... Alright, you're at 9 poison. Who will win? Ooh, Murmuring Mystic. That'll speed things up. I mean, do I wait until I can double spell? I think so. Or if they get emboldened and start tapping low, that would also be nice. We know they have a counterspell. So yeah, we can just see if we hit here. And then we can probably overpower them. That's pretty good. How much of a concern is mana? because I'll counter Vivisurgent Insight, and then I can cast Focus the Mind for 3 instead of 5. Kind of have a lot of mana. I feel like they will counter this, and then I can just win, right? So I don't have to worry about this hitting. Dispel. Okay, so their last card is Counterspell. I think we got this. Wait, what happened to the Destroy Evil? Oh, they brainstormed it away, duh. Alright, we got there. This has to be one of our better matchups. Pyroblast. Our own Dispels. I suppose that's about it. Maybe Unwind is good here. I like the homage to Rewind from Urza's Saga. And Weather the Storm seems almost entirely unimportant. I'll keep 1 maybe. Teach by Example is also really nice in this scenario. I think I'm going to cut the snaps as well. We don't really need to go like mega fast and have that burst of mana turn. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Like I said, we can kind of just like make some land drops and take it from there. We don't need to get them poisoned immediately. Perilous Landscape. A Jeskai fetch land. It's also kind of cool to have the one of Weather the Storm, so we know it's not going to like gum up any of our storm later, but if we do need it to stay alive, it's an option. Sure. Say yes, get the island, I think. Alright. I'm gonna play this just in case I top deck like Pentad Prism. Preordain. 1 top, 1 bottom. Passing the turn. Another Woodlot. Let's play the Scary out. Rustvale Bridge. And do I Augury at the end of turn? I don't think so. Nice, that was a good draw. Okay. I think this will bait out some kind of counter magic, right? Well, maybe not. Bet this will. Yep. Alright. Slow and steady. We're not under any pressure. They're not doing a bunch of stuff. They're not generating card advantage. They are casting Suplex though, so I guess I'll Experimental Augury in response. Are they going to counter this? They are. Alright. Well, they're down to 3 cards. If they have a Dispel, that's pretty annoying. So let's just start with Contentious Plan. Envelop. Alright, guess I should have cast Augury. Okay. So what do I do here? I could Island Cycle. Yeah, then I can Augury next turn without losing any land. Or I guess it would be on their end step, huh? They're still down to 2 cards. Like, is it all just counter magic? I don't have any red mana. That's too bad. Yeah, I'm going to do this right now before they draw another card. Alright. I mean, see how this works out for them. All they've done is counter everything. Okay, now they are actually developing their own resources a little bit. And they have an Augur of Bolas. Don't you dare flip a counterspell. Nice. Don't flip anything. And I want them to Wildfire me because I want my basic mountain. Merchante. Yeah, we could just take it slow. Grab an Augury. Why not? They're not even poisoned yet. This is going to be a slog. We'll get there. Pauper is about patience. The patience of Pauper. Come on, target my land. All right. That would give me a Pyroblast. You are fucking killing me, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you. Thank you. Now I have Pyroblast up, which feels pretty good, but it's probably going to cost me all my lands to cast this Visurgent's Insight. They're not poisoned yet. This is going to be a long game. Cycling. So we wore them out. God damn it. Let me guess, you have Ephemerate too? That's not good either. Brainstorm. Well, I could see a million counterspells. I'm a little close to conceding. Oh, but they have no cards in hand. That's an ironic draw. We can assume their Brainstorm locked. Because if they had found a counterspell off that Brainstorm, I think they would have... Oh, that's pretty good. I think being on the play will also be pretty nice. Do I even have enough spells to poison them out? I feel like I... Oh my god. Archaeomancer for Pyroblast. I think I am kind of ready to scoop it up. Never mind. Well, if they show me a... yeah, we're good. They have so much mana. We were not able to get underneath them. Try it again. Yep. Turn 2, poison them. They would need a null. Wait, not a null. Envelop. They do not have it. Let's go. Hitting Saprosan Scary was quite nice. Send it back. Okay, they're gonna cycle Lorien Revealed. Got a basic island. It kind of makes sense though, because like all those cards like Cleanse Evil and like what was that other card? Skred. Yeah, Skred. Not in the deck anymore. If I had to guess, play the Woodlot and pass. It's just going to be all about like casting Experimental Augury on their end step, I think, and taking it from there. And if they don't interact with that, I can cast Focus the Mind as well. Seems pretty darn good. I think I'll just Dispel. I need them tapped out, essentially. They have Dispel. Okay. Do I want to lose a land? Oh, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Play Manamorphose. Make blue blue. Go like that. Cast Prism. Cast Contentious Plan. This would be the envelop target. Or Pyroblast. I'm just going to focus the mind. We're going to win by just having more cards. Not bad. Discard the Sandstone Needle. Now I could Contentious Plan right now. I'm losing one of these lands. They are tapped out. I do want this proliferation to succeed. I think I'd rather lose the woodlot next turn, casting Thirsting Roots. Do they still have this island, or did they play it out? Okay, well, definitely did now. Archaeomancer, for what? Dispel? Oh, Pyroblast. Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good. Cast Roots. Play Scary. Cast Contentious Plan. Leaving up green. Then they're more likely to Pyroblast, but they don't. No matter, unless they have Envelop. Cast Inquiry. That was not good, but hopefully it's clearing the way. Could have sworn Archaeomancer was a 2/2. Wildfire. Got the forest here. And they have another island. We know about that Pyroblast, right? Did I click it away for no reason? Woof. Just chilling. Chilling with all my mana. They're at 4 poison. It's not, like, horrible, but I feel like they're getting set up now. I feel like that just drawing too many lands is going to be our downfall here. Yep. Draw a card, do some ramping. Preordain's good. Go to 14. Merchant Scroll. That's pretty solid bait, is it not? Yeah. Try it out. Please don't have Envelop. Please. Yes! But no! Teach by Example is good. Don't get me wrong. Maybe this Unwind will do something. We're halfway there. They're at 5 poison. Brainstorm again. Silver Bluff Bridge. Hit me for 1. Oh, that's good. Okay. Just in case I need to unwind. Let's go like this. Teachy. Dispel. Yep. That's the idea. And then we Augury. Ephemerate. That should really not happen, right? Gotta bluff Pyroblast too. God, you're fucking killing me. Yeah. If I had action and not lands, that would be one thing, but I don't, so I'm afraid now they're gonna Ephemerate this Archaeomancer and we will lose. Or we won't lose, but it's just gonna be pretty agonizing. Just chilling. They're at 5 poison. This will take a while. I mean, they can Ephemerate forever now, right? Probably don't really have to grind this out. I feel bad because it's a donation league, but yeah. Just kind of feels like they don't have to fight over anything they don't want. And they're just going to refill a million counter spells. Yeah, I think we can call it here, but woof, Jesus. This has been tough so far, but at least we're not just like 0-2ing each game. Welcome back. for round 3. Gonna try and do a little better. Damn. This hand is good, right? I think it's pretty good. We got our initial poisoning effect with Infectious Inquiry, a Pentad Prism, Manamorphose for color fixing. We are putting a lot of stress on Contentious Plane to be able to, like, hit an additional color of mana, but I think it's possible. Send it back. Ooh, an island. No Delver, no Fairy Seer. Let's try this. Damn, already with the countering. I see, I see. Send it back. Well, yeah, now I'm not doing anything until I get another land, I think. Spell Pierce. Life is hard. Ponder does not shuffle. Yes! 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 Now everyone is fucked. Mental note. So this is like one of those Delver decks. We're kind of hoping they just tap out for a Cryptic Serpent or Tolarian Terror or something, honestly. Or maybe their hand has stuff like Demon Furrier. Just like, let me slide this through. It's honestly pretty bad for us that they didn't have enough mana to pull that off. Oh. Okay, excellent. This is what we were hoping for. Experimental Augury. That's good too, but I think we definitely need to Infectious Inquiry. Makes the rest of our spells quite good. Play that out. And then the next thing we should probably do is like have a big Weather the Storm. It's unfortunate that they are like milling all these Demon Furiers though. It'd be a lot better if those were like stuck in their hand. Tolarian Terror. So no counterspell. Potentially. I think we lead on Pentad Prism here. If they Spell Pierce, I'm chucking this Peat Bog immediately. Cool. Now Contentious Plan. Alright. That's the one I wouldn't have minded getting countered. Now we probably, what? Experimental Augury. I should have tapped the Peat Bog. That was loose. I guess we go Merchant Scroll here. Or no, Teach by Example is better at busting through counterspells. So we'll do that. Proliferate like so. And then, yeah, we're probably not making a different land drop, so do that. Make a green. Cast Manamorphose. That's fine. Say no. Make green. Cast Manamorphose. Make blue-green. And then cast Weather the Storm. That should keep me alive for some time. The next turn we'll just Teach by Example Lorien Revealed. Hope they don't have much in the way of interaction at that point, because we didn't deal all that much poison. But we do have a lot of mana. Starting with 10 is quite good. Another Cryptic Serpent. But they are tapped out, so we're about to draw a lot of cards. Oh, that's just better. Incredibly better. I'm using all this mana this turn, so I might as well go like that. Oh, but I'm pretty choked on blue. So I might as well leave one of the woodlots untapped then, since I have to tap both of these islands. Cast Teach by example. And then cast Vivisurgeon's Insight, leaving up green. I see a Pentad Prism. That would have been a reason to actually leave up the other color. And then there's Weather the Storm. That should keep me alive for another turn. But I'm not seeing too much exciting beyond that. Cast this Pentad Prism. And then go Weather the Storm twice, I think. Yeah. 49 life. Almost made it to 50. Couldn't quite make it. So I think I cast Lorien Revealed first, because I'd rather have that countered than Vivisurgeon's Insight. Brainstorm. They're packing 21 power over there. Oh wait, no, excuse me. I did that wrong. 17 power. Still a lot. Delver. Delver. Okay. I think we can do this. Oh, that was a great draw. Cast Pentad Prism. And they're F6'd, so I might as well just lead on the Insight here. Leave up. It actually doesn't really matter all that much what I leave up, seeing as I have so many Pentad Prisms. That should do it. Thirsting Roots. Boom, 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 boom. Augury. Grab a Thirsting Roots. Any order. Boom, 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 boom. Cast another one. Boom, 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 boom. And then this was the most successful game so far, I think. Contentious Plan. Any order. Boom, 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 boom. Just in case something weird happens. Nice. Very cool. So what do I do against this deck? Definitely Pyroblast. Tangle seems very good. I guess tapping their creatures is good too, but I mean, I think Tolarian Terror and Cryptic Serpent both have pretty hefty ward. Oh, but Out Cold can't be countered. Sure, I'll take it. And then that means what? Trimming on a Weather the Storm. One Contentious Plan. One of the Snaps, and then also Merchant Scroll. Just because it doesn't really work as well into counter magic. This is really close to being good. It's missing like an initial poisoning effect though. I think I'll mulligan. Yeah, this is much better. We're in the same boat as last round though, where I'm definitely not using Pentad Prism as like a weird filtration. I think we bottom the Scary. No, it's bottom Weather the Storm. Trying to dodge Delver here, it works. Easy. God damn. Bell Island Cycle. Grabbing an island. Looks like counterspell to me. We're not under any pressure. So yeah, we got shoot for a turn we can double spell. Which should be next turn. Mental note. Definitely happy to see that Delver go. Brainstorm's good. So obviously it's more obvious for the inquiry to resolve, which I guess means I'm leading on Pentad Prism. And they're declining to get on board. I think that's very good for us. Oh, well, that changes everything. And cast that on their end step. I don't know. I feel like this card might be better than Infectious Inquiry. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the draw to is just so important. But being cheap, being an instant, I don't know. I just don't know. Dispel. I wonder if this can bait another spell out. I do think Pentad Prism will be better at doing that. Sure. Manmorphose. Alright. We have run them out. Maybe. That's kind of crazy that they had 3 1-mana counterspells. Does that mean they don't have any creatures? No, they just played one. I mean, I've been on the other side of this matchup enough to know how this usually goes. I'm going to lose one of my lands here. Yeah, I think I take the out cold here. And then I think we do the seldom seen, get a basic land mode of Thirsting Roots. Play the Swamp. Cast Inquiry. You have been poisoned. Pass it back. Taking a big hit though. We do have to figure this out. Now, Cryptic Serpent does not have ward. I was incorrect. Ooh, the third one. I mean, I can still just go to 1, I guess. Pretty close. Another Insight. Well, I can't do that this turn. It's going to hurt to lose my Hickory Woodlot, but feels sadly necessary. Send it back. I mean, I guess I just tap the 2 Cryptic Serpents, right? Yeah, that's probably what I do. Even though it's cool to, like, blow through the ward using out cold. It's just more damage. Do that. Not sure what this clue token is going to be all about, but I also don't think I have the resources to really go off here. They're representing a lot of counter magic. Yeah. Okay. I need to like Manamorphose into... I will not do it. Okay. Yeah, they really stopped my go off turn by having something I was not expecting, which was 3 1 mana counter spells. Pretty wild. I don't think I need this out coal on the play though. I think we can do this. Yeah, maybe Weather the Storm is just the truth here. Storm spells traditionally just blow over blue decks. So I think that is the plan. Yeah. Ooh. That's kind of the start we wanted to avoid. Tangle's nice. Cast Manamorphose here. Make blue green, I think. Then play Scary. And probably Experimental Augury. No, I should cast a sorcery. Yeah. Prologue to Phyresis. If they're holding Brainstorm and want to get super aggressive, that would be a reason to do that here. No need though, they just blind flipped a Mental Note. Can probably pretty comfortably just hold up counter magic from here. Sandstone Needle. Yeah, I'll pass it back. Probably plan on casting like Augury on their end step. Don't feel like I have a ton of time though. Especially if they just have like a bunch of 1 mana counterspells. But the hesitancy to cast this Mental Note really makes it seem like they don't. Yeah, they clearly have like Dispel or something. Playing out an island. I'm at 14. Cast this Augury. Here's number 1. This happens the exact same way as game 2. I'll just be blown away. Island cycle. Contentious plan. It's a sorcery, you can't dispel it. Oh, that worked. Weather the Storm. That's good. That's good. Do I just go ahead and cast the prologue? Probably not. Having a real hard time here. Thought Scour. Seeing Annul and Counterspell hit the bin. If they don't cast the Mental Note, they clearly have Dispel. Which also makes sense, because they kind of pause when I cast Contentious Plan. Which Dispel does not hit. Yeah, they have Dispel. Wowee. Cryptic Serpent. I'll cast something they'll want to counter so badly. I don't think they'll be able to resist. Then maybe if I can resolve Focus the Mind. It does kind of feel like the goal is... they didn't attack either. I wonder why. Cast Prologue. Okay, now they're tapped out. This is the moment we were hoping for. I think. Proliferate. Sure. Now let's cast Focus the Mind. Still not really coming together, huh? I'm quite concerned about discarding one of the Vivisurgeon's insights, because I feel like the refueling will be so important. But also discarding Tangle seems very dangerous. I want to play this land. Gosh. Wish I knew the right thing to do. I think that's right, but I'm really not sure. It's also rough that they're not poisoned yet. And I fucked up. Oh my god, I fucked up so bad. I'm spiraling. I think I'll take the red blast, since I'm clearly not trying to win the game. Ugh. Got birds outside laughing at me. Alright, no big deal. Only a quarter into my deck. A third, I mean. Over a third, actually. Wait, no. Just a third. Yeah, I'm really losing my mind. Math, whew, out the window. Thought Scour. I feel like Thought Scouring me might make more sense. Mental note. Tolarian Terror. Yeah, I think this is a job for Tangle and Pyroblast. Youch. Oh my god, it's Infectious Inquiry. The freak. But I have no black mana. Should have Thirsting Rooted for a black source. Alright. Wonder if there's any consideration for them to not attack with one of the big dudes so it doesn't get hit with Tangle. Then I probably just Red Blast the big dude that does attack. Yeah. Cast it. It worked. Does that mean they don't have counter magic? Not counting on it. I feel like if my game plan had progressed, that's really funny. Normally this would have been a fine time to really go off, but they're not even poisoned yet. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a little pitiful. Maybe I should have just Red Blasted and then weather the storm. This would have been so different if I had just been more cagey with the prologue to Phyresis. See, at least I'm still learning, which is hilarious because I did tons of prep for this video. Still have no idea how to play it, turns out. It's hard. It's hard deck. It's hard deck. Babbling. Alright. Make black black. If I cast those, I'll die. What? That was not supposed to happen! I thought usually they ask you to put mana in the thing, in the pool, in the thing, in the... Okay, it worked anyways. Move phases. I'll go to 1. I'm not afraid of going to 1. Snap back. Oh! Yeah, I think Weather the Storm is probably the safest thing to do here, right? Just gain 15, which is more than the amount of power they have on board. Ugh. I feel crazy right now. Yeah. Do this. I should have red mana floating, but sometimes life is not fair. And they'll just use the mana in your pool without asking you. I'm playing Arena. I'm basically playing Arena out here. Oh! Hmm. Okay, okay. Oh no, oh no, that was bad. Yeah, I can't cast these. They clearly don't have interaction. I'm pretty much just going to be hoping that I draw a burst of card advantage next turn. Some way to gain life. I don't know, dude. Only 3 poison on them. If I was an honorary Phyrexian, I feel like I could Phyrexian unlife, but they don't just let you have that. I think they only attack with 1 here. They've seen Tangle. They're not going to fall for it twice. They'll at least keep me alive. But yeah, it won't buy me 2 turns this time. No way. Tangle. I guess it could buy me a turn. Oh wait, no, I sided out one of the snaps, right? Yeah. Never mind. Okay. So, here we go. There's so many bad draws though, like Pentad Prism. All my good draws are pretty much gone. Well, here we go. Oh, I just messed up too. They could have just countered this and I would have lost. Make green blue. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's time to go off. I'm not going to need this anymore. Oh wait, what if I draw Weather the Storm? Yeah, those are all in. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Do that. I did draw Weather the Storm. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Oh, wait, yes it is. Blast of Red. Unfortunately, I can't cast this before Weather the Storm. So we'll do that. Add another color this time so they don't get me. Oh man, what if I draw... whatever. Merchante. Honestly, I think I just cast another Inquiry. Wait, no. Play Pentad Prism. They could annul this. Yep. Alright. Don't want to waste this mana though, so cast Merchante. Grab, I guess, Experimental Augury. Well, hold on, I get hit for 5, down to 7. Yeah, I think the selection is going to be more important because, hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, I do have enough to pull this off, I guess. Actually, I think the raw cards are going to be more important. So, yeah. Take, teach. Pass. See what happens. See what happens. Ponder. Please don't find counter magic. That would be great. One way or another, the game is ending next turn. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. No! They have 2 counter spells, and I don't top deck here. It's over, bud. Okay. So they can't have 2 counter spells. That's not incredible, but it's a start. Proliferate. Oh, they're F6'd. Okay, well, see what we can do. Teach. I feel like I'm going to run out of mana. Inquiry. Do I invest in this Pentad Prism? How much mana do I have? I feel like I have to. Yeah, I have to. Insight. Manamorphose. I need a Thirsting Roots. Green, blue. Lowering Revealed. No, that's not it. I could Contentious Plan them up to 9 poison. Yes. I'd lose my Pentad Prism, but what if I hit a Thirsting Roots? I can't cast that. Alright. We'll weather the storm. Your turn. Do you have lethal? I don't think so. I'm at 27. Got a couple draw 2s. 9 cards in my deck. They could probably start Thought Scouring me. I'd probably draw 3 cards and lose before the Proliferate. Alright. No time to think. Time for the bait spell. How about this deadly bait spell? Woohoo! Incredible. Sorry for the slow-ish play, but we put a win on the board. I'm going to take a quick break. Back for round 4. We're finally on the board. We're fighting back into this. And this hand, I don't think it's a keep. It has a few things going for it, though, like the lands, the Pentad Prism, the Weather the Storm, I guess, but I just see no route for the initial poisoning, and that's important to me, so yeah, that's better. Much better. Keep bottom Merchant School, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me why I'm wrong. As always. Arbor Elf. So this could be similar to the earlier round. Oh, that was such a good draw. With that in mind, I think my play remains the same. Let's do this first. Make black and blue. Thirsting Roots, that's pretty good. That is actually really nice. Ties everything together next turn. Definitely just getting this initial poisoning going. And another Infectious Inquiry. Yeah, we got some gas in hand. We'll see if we can race. Sometimes it's not so easy. Wild Growth. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is probably that initiative deck again. Arbor Elf. Do they have a 3-drop? We are getting hit for 1. That might be relevant later on. I think we just have to play the Saprosan Scary here. Then cast Thirsting Roots. Proliferating. Go like that. And then we could not cycle Lowering Revealed and play an island and cast Contentious Plan because I already made a land drop. I think it was important to invest that Saprosan Scary. That's another thing I could have done this turn. But we got to be patient. There's Avenging Hunter. Yeah, we faced this deck earlier. Felt like a very long time ago. And y'all know how close that match was. If I'd played just a little bit better, I think we could have taken it down. Snap. Oh, that's really good. Check out this flip. Hey, yeah. That should save me some life. Alright, now let's cast Contentious Plan so I don't lose this Hickory Woodlot. Nice, that's a good draw too. Draw 3. Should I just do that right now, you think? I think so, because if I draw a depletion land, we'll want to play that out instead. And I do. Not much else, unfortunately. I think I will play this Peat Bog. And pass the turn. They're at 4 poison. I hope I can survive. Because they're going right to the trap. It seems pretty likely I'll be able to find a Weather the Storm next turn, though. I'd be kind of surprised if I didn't. Whoa. Annoyed Altasaur. Into Writhing Chrysalis. That's wild. Get hit for 3. Time is short. We need Weather the Storm. Which makes me feel like it's time to just hit these draw 2s. Manamorphose. Make green and blue. Oh god. Play Inquiry. Oh my god, we hit. Thank god. And a Manamorphose. That was awesome. Close one. If I hit another Manamorphose, could you imagine? Vivid Surgeon's Insight's not bad either. Alright, cast it. Hope it's enough. It should be. Actually, is it enough? I don't even know anymore. They're going to the trap. I'm at 19. Can they deal 19 damage? I hope not. Because if we untap, we're likely in good shape. But I'm honestly not sure. Boarding Party. That feels like enough damage. Utopia Sprawl. That's 12, 16, 19, 20. Yeah, we're done. Damn. Even with the Weather the Storm. Couldn't do it. That felt like one of our faster draws, too. Alright. Bring in the Tangles. Bring in Serene Heart. Try that this time. Maybe that's what was missing last time. I can't believe we lost that. I mean, as much fun as I have playing this deck, I am starting to get the impression that I'm not very good at it. Just looking at my overall record with it. Okay, we'll play like that. Yeah, this has so many resources and ways to stay alive that it has to be a keep. And I think eventually we'll absolutely find a way to poison our opponent. And then we'll take it from there. Arbor Elf. Another Weather the Storm is like not the most interesting, I'll say. Let's go ahead and cast Augury. And I guess take another Augury so I don't lose any permanents. But things are getting a little strange. I'll have like the same turn next turn. Don't really need land drops as much with the double Pentad Prism. Lead the Stampede. Well, hopefully there's just a bunch of lands, right? Okay, yeah, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. They got an Arbor Elf and an El Purposer. Sandstone Needle. Sure, I'll play that out. Go like that. And then, yeah, cast another Augury here. Take Vivisurgeon's Insight, I believe. Yeah. And proliferate like so. Pass the turn. Yeah, they came out real fast last time. Hasn't been as bad this time. That being said, I've used 2 Auguries while they have not been poisoned, which is unfortunate. Ah, Monvali Acid Moss. Card's busted. That really screws with stuff a little bit here. If I just Merchant Scroll, I think I need to invest in this. Just get them poisoned so I actually can like play going forward. But it's like using a lot of mana for no poisoning, which is rough. Contentious plan, that'll do. See if I can hit a land here. Yeah, kind of. Alright. Uh-oh. Is it the dragon? It is, Avenging Hunter. Dragon. We've seen this before. I feel like it's just racing. But I do have 2 Weather the Storms this time and a Tangle. Seems like if things keep going the way they should, I feel like we have a pretty good shot. Yeah, looking good. I knew these Pentad Prisms were worth the investment. Cast Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. Proliferate. I'm kind of out of stuff to do, aren't I? Yeah, wow. I just realized. That's it. We're done. Oh. I mean, I could top deck a blue card. Pretty much any blue card is awesome here. Is it even worth using Weather the Storm? I feel like almost no. I feel like I'm more likely to get more Storm during their turn, if anything. Untapping the Forest. Oh god, what's going on? Is this the Altasaur? Oh, that's so good. Another Avenging Hunter. Wow. Falling for the trap again. What can I say, folks? Just keeps getting me. That dang trap. Alright. Serene Heart. It's not even doing anything. Shameful. Shameful. Okay, now it does something. But I don't know if I want to use my precious Pentad Prisms for that. In fact, it seems pretty bad. I haven't drawn a Hickory Woodlot. Boarding party. Holy crap. Holy crap. Now it's a 2-for-1. Kind of. Alright, cast Tangle. Hope they cast one more spell. Because I'm definitely casting Weather the Storm this turn. Yeah. Maybe that would have been the right time to use Serene Heart. I don't know. I feel like it just doesn't matter how much stuff they play, you know. Jewel Thief, yeah. Arbor Elf. Play Weather the Storm. Hopefully draw a blue card. Nice. That was beautiful. There's hope yet. Alright, cast Augury. Take an Augury. And then we'll just try and chain these. Yeah, I should try and save as much blue as I can. Contentious plan it is. A little scary. Really don't want this chain to end. Cast it. Folks, it ended. Folks, the chain has ended. Yeah, they have 1,000,000 mana. I think I'm going to hold the Serene Heart until I can maybe hit, like, Nyxborn Hydra or something like that. We need another turn like that. Unfortunately, I've used all the experimental auguries, so I'm just really looking for those draw threes. Alright, we have a huge boarding party. 9-6 with hexproof. We have some time. Some time has been afforded to us. Another Avenging Hunter, you got it. Oh wait, hold on. This thing has haste. I don't think it's worth using Tangle this turn. I think I'm just going to take the 9. As crazy as that sounds. Yeah, I still don't think fighting their mana makes any sense at all. Writhing Chrysalis. Do they have that all-purposer or not? I feel like they do, right? I feel like it's their last card. Yeah. Alright. Your hand is empty. Let's see if we can do this. Alright, big draw. Not quite. I guess I'll take it. Proliferate. Alright. I do feel like I have the mana to pull this off. I guess if you look at it this way, like, if Tangle and Weather the Storm had been proliferate cards, we would have won by now. But instead, it's just giving us random cards off the top of our deck. It's going to be an elbow swing. No, because they're playing around Tangle. Smart. Another Writhing Chrysalis. Well, I don't think there's any way we possibly survive next turn, but just in case, I think this is the best this storm is getting. So I'll cast Serene Heart. And then I'll cast Weather the Storm. There's no way that'll be enough life gain to survive, but maybe I'll draw another one. I don't know. Alright. It's not over yet. We got it. Insane. Now we'll be on the draw. This matchup feels not great, if I'm being honest. It's just scary, okay? Just a scary matchup. I don't think Serene Heart's good. I'm trying to be too controlling. Maybe they don't have the Nyxborn Hydra. Maybe I'm conflating it with the deck I faced earlier. I think I am. So we can bring back, what, Snap? Or Contentious Plan? Yeah, bring back a Contentious Plan. Up the consistency and all that. Can't keep that. Opponent's also going to take a mulligan. Yeah. Metamorphose makes blue. It's not great. There's always the draw step, though. Harbor Elf. Okay. What the fuck? Destroy my land? Alright, I think we just lost. Jesus Christ. Ponza. This reminds me a lot of the Gruul mid-range decks in Modern. They were just surprisingly tricky for what they advertised as, and also seem to always be destroying your land. But we're top decking like a complete god. I mean, we don't have much mana, but all-purposer. There we go. It's really coming together, you know? Prologue to Phyresis. It's not really coming together that much. Just trying to be optimistic here. Come on, dog. Someone did not get the memo. EDH and Pauper. Don't destroy my land. They're playing furiously. I think I angered them last round. Avenging Hunter. Augury. Yeah, I'll start doing it. This is bad. I'll never have time for this merchant school. They might even win this turn if they have another Avenging Hunter. Certainly seems to be what's happening. Yeah, you got it. Alright. Rough stuff, huh? I mean, I'm really playing my ass off. I hope everyone can see that. I'm really playing my ass off, but I just don't think I'm very good at this deck. But we got one more. Let's see if I can get a 2-3. Okay, final round. I'm on the play. Hand is weird. Oh yeah, this is just straight up not a keep. I guess this is, but it needs some help. Like the plan would be turn 2, Morphos, make blue. Blue? Bottom of Weather the Storm. Like at the very least, yeah, I think I just need to find a blue source, and this hand goes something like hard. It goes an approximation of hard. Alright, your turn. Do people even know what I'm doing when they face me? Is this like a meta deck? I haven't faced this deck. Like, there hasn't been a single mirror. I must have played, like... This is gonna sound insane, but I think I've played close to 20 to 25 matches with this deck. I'm completely hooked on it. So it's either really depressing that I'm still not very good at it, or it might not really be a meta deck. It might not be. I would have expected to face the mirror at least once, right? In all that testing. It's pretty much like someone playing like Grixis Control and Legacy. It's completely insane. Or Jund in Modern. Things I just can't relate to that. Alright. It's a forest. Manamorphose. Blue. Cast that. Oh boy. I mean, if this deck is slow... Oh, it's Boggles? Boggles? Oh, now I know what that card is for. I guess to be fair, like, yeah, I haven't faced Boggles yet either. It's the first time facing Boggles. And I heard this deck was like a big deal in Pauper. Armadillo Cloak. God, that card rules. I remember putting that in my EDH deck and being just very pleased with myself. I could cast a Pentad Prism. That doesn't do me any good. We're really nearing the part of the video where I lose my mind and become truly shit at Magic. This is sick. Oh my god, this is better than Modern Boggles. Modern Boggles looks like really bad compared to this. Alright, finally, about time. Except I'm dead. Please cast a spell. I don't even know what I can do. I gained 3 life. Like, what do I even do, you know? Like, I cast Experimental Augury. I can't snap. Alright. Ah, man. That was the worst one yet. I swear I'm playing my ass off. Tangle, Serene Heart. Breath Weapon, I feel like could get them first, right? Early on. But I feel like 3 mana, it's probably not going to work the way I want it to. Although it would clean them up. But who cares about the 1/1 after all is said and done? We can cut the snaps, clearly. Never before have I been more certain about a sideboarding decision in this deck. Cutting the snaps against Boggles, I've finally have made a decision that I'm sure of. Yeah, this has been a very difficult experience, but that is not in direct correlation with how enjoyable it is. I've been having so much fun playing this deck and learning it, and now all the bad hands are coming. This is very similar to the first hand, except my land is blue, which automatically makes it better. Yeah, bottom the Monomorphos. Hoping to see them go a little lower here. They don't. Pass it back. Glade Cover Scout. A true classic. Alright. Play Augury. Need a land. Perfect. Take that. Any order is fine. Proliferate. And then next turn, we'll be almost ready to go. But they will race me, so I gotta figure something out here. They'll race me quite effectively. Yeah, Rancor is good. Dang, that aura destroying card doesn't even work on Rancor? Rancor rules. Also, the Rancor rules from Star Wars. Play that. Forest. Pentad Prism. Why is my brain not working? Do that, and then cast Augury, right? Yeah. Although it could have been Contentious Plan as well. I'm going to take Vivisurgeon's Insight. Am I? Do I have the mana to do that? I already have Focus the Mind. I do actually think Augury might be a little better here, but let me know why I'm wrong. Send it back. Like, if I can find another Pentad Prism off of Augury, I might be able to race this. Maybe. Depending on how my deck cooperates. Okay, this I don't understand. Like, if you're going to make your ramp and your win con auras, why are you asking to get blown out so hard by my amazing sideboard card that's a one of and I'll probably never see? But maybe I'll see it. You don't know. How the hell is this 8 power all of a sudden? 9? Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I'll need as much mana as I can possibly get this turn. Play Contentious Plan. Play Experimental Augury. Tangle. That's good enough. Good enough for me, dude. As long as it doesn't get Vig. Can I afford to Focus the Mind, or will that be next turn? I can afford to. Is that wise, though? I've already made a land drop. And it honestly should have been Sappers and Scary. Because now I'm wasting mana. That's not necessarily true, though. I can just tap the Woodlot for Tangle. I'll be fine. Just please don't give it Vigilance. It doesn't need Vigilance. Tangle. Yeah. And stay tapped. Ooh, Malevolent Rumble? Oh, they could put an Armadillo Cloak on their Eldrazi spawn. Send some damage that way. Still affords me that turn I wanted, though. And they do take the cloak. Oh, Slippery Boggle. There it is. And Relic of Progenitus. I don't mind that card. Alright, I need a spell here. Shit. Paying 5 for this is just embarrassing, I must say. Discard this Woodlot. Make a green. Cast Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. I think I cast Focus the Mind here too. We don't want a disaster like this turn to happen again. Discard that. What if I lose? I guess I'll just have to emergency lose this Pentad Prism. But if that doesn't happen, I feel like I have a real shot to win next turn. Yeah. And if my draw step is good. Oh my god. You are kidding me, bro. I really wanted that Pentad Prism. The Fearsome Boggles. Do I even have... No, I don't think I can cast Contentious Plan. That Aura card's not good enough either. I basically just need Tangle. Yeah, I think that's it for us. We did our best. God damn it, we did our best. Cast Contentious Plan. GG's. Boy. I don't know if I can really do this deck justice. I maybe don't have the mind for it. Or maybe it's not as polished as it should be. And I'm certainly not really good enough to be the one to get it there. I definitely found myself mulliganing way less as time went on. Like, I could see the lines come together a lot better. Because initially, if you remember, I mean, no one else would know this. I was initially like, do we need more Prologue of Phyresis? Because I feel like the initial poisoning is hard to pull off. And then he was like, actually, that's the worst card in the deck. And I totally see what you mean. Like, you do need proliferation. You need a lot of things to go right, essentially. You need a lot of mana. You need a lot of cards. And you need a lot of life. So it is asking a lot of the format. Maybe I hit some bad matchups. You can always look at things that way. But I am certainly not done with this deck. It's like the most fun I've ever had, even when I'm losing. I mean, I don't really find losing to be unfun or anything like that. So maybe that is a moot point. But this deck is awesome. I love it. I will play it again, hopefully to a better result, even though I'm sure the games were still fun to watch. I want a rematch against Boggles. And yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. If you want to send in your own donation bonus league, I'll play any format, any deck, as this has illustrated. Doesn't need to be Control, doesn't need to be the Legacy. I'll play anything. I'll play Magic. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.